All right, guys, finals time. Clairvoyant and Dreamstate. Best of 3 here of the last ESL Community Cup NA. It's all for the guts and the glory and the bragging as we're going to go into the ESL Open and Majors, I believe. I want to say next week, but it might actually get delayed till next year because, you know, Christmas and all. Either way, the finals here are going to be best of 3, and they're ready to go. FourCourtJester and the Xander the Gamer. What do we got on the docket, sir?
Hello, sir. So we do have this game between the final two teams, Dreamstate and Clairvoyant Gaming, coming through. So it looks like we've got the picks and bans ready to go on for Garden of Terror. Looks like first ban we had, looks like it was Tassadar, and then it was followed up by the pick of Tychus.
Oh, the ban of Abathur.
Ban of Abathur, of course, yes.
Into the Tychus, yeah. A very
there it is.
kind of stuff. Again,
thank you, sir.
You have to ban the Abathur if you're second pick. Have to.
Agreed. But the Tychus pickup, not too surprised there. Echo grabbing that up for Clairvoyant. Looks like Arthas Falstad coming out of Dreamstate, so they're going to pick that up. Again, another strong double combo that we've actually seen them pick already today once before.
Yep.
So not surprised to see that. And then it looks like Anubarak Chen. They're going through this. They're going through this like wildfire. So Anubarak Chen going to be going for Clairvoyant as well.
And again, that big combo, especially on Garden of Terror, is something that won for Dreamstate back in their second matchup against Keep Gaming, who did lose out 2-0. So Dreamstate not comboing or not breaking up the combo with the Noob and the Chen to go with the Tychus. Very, very strong kind of stuff. But again, look at this. Uther and Rhaegar getting paired up together. Very big deny picks because now again you're forced into either the Brightwing or the Malfurion to go with that front line of Clairvoyant.
Yeah, they're picking it up once again. They're going to go against this strong front line that we see coming out of Clairvoyant. Got the Anubarak Chen. Not really surprised to see that there. And again, they've got the Tychus to follow that up. I'm wondering what their next pick is going to be up for this. I feel like it's probably going to be another damage.
It has to be a damage.
Yeah,
I mean, you got your front line, and you know that you already forced into one of those for the heals.
Yeah.
So since it is Garden of Terror, I wouldn't actually be surprised to see a Brightwing because the Bribe is very useful. 5 Merc camps to go grab.
Yep.
But then on the back of that, you know, you have to go with somebody. Valor does make sense for the big AoE to go with the Tychus, but you know, Rainer's been a lot of picks. We don't really have the big tanky front line that he likes to chew into, but he can chew into softies just as easily.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like who they will pick for that final damage roll. But on the flip side, Clairvoyant still got the open 2 spots that they're picking now. So I feel like we're gonna. I would venture to say we would see the Brightwing again. Maybe he'll pick up the blink heal like he did last time. And then
gotta be a Valor or a Rainer, one of the two.
Yeah.
I'd be very surprised if we didn't. Like, you could easily go into a Nova. There's no Tassadar. You could just roam and blow up. You do got some big squishy targets. I mean, Rhaegar doesn't have any innate escapes other than Wolf. And at level 16, that won't matter because you're going to just rewind, delete them. And Falstad, if you face check a Nova at level 16, you're dead. I'm sorry. There's no way around it. So you could actually go into that as well for the roaming pressure. It is seeds. And there, you know, you are going to be able to predict where a lot of those squishies are going to be because the seeds do demand action. So yeah. I'm not going to put it past a Nova at this point, but I'm still reserving for a Valor or Rainer.
Yeah, I would say from what we've been seeing, it's more likely going to be the Valor or the Rainer. But and there's a Hammer Brightwing.
Oh,
so they're bringing
my
out
God.
the hammer again. Jester, this is all for you, my friend.
They're
guess. Doing it because they love you. They're like, we'll put this extra pressure on ourselves because we love you, Jester. But I am thinking that we'll probably see the Vala coming out of Dreamstate here as their final pickup. Ooh. What do you think of that, Jester?
Mike went a little.
There it is.
Yeah, so if it's not going to be Vala on one side, it's going to be on the other. You already got the front lines ready to go. So with that heals, again, with the double heals, you can afford to go less tanky because you make up for it with heals. Healing wards, healing waves, healing everything from friggin' just that Uther. So yeah, going for the extra damage, not a bad way to go, but still you're putting all your eggs in the tank basket with that Arthas, and you're going to be relying on Uther to walk away quite a bit. And against, you know, a Tychus and a siege tank and polymorphs and, you know, root kicks and burrow strikes, It's gutsy, man. It's gutsy, but Dreamstate, they did it. You know, they lost out that tank combo, so they took the heals away from Clairvoyant, and in the end of it, I'm not entirely too sure who has the upper hand here.
Yeah, I feel 50-50 on the side of the draft here for this game. So we will see who's able to take it here on Garden of Terror, though. I like a little bit more potentially the roaming possibilities coming out of Dreamstate, but again, the lineup of Clairvoyant is going to be something to fear. That front line is going to be a powerhouse, and they have players who know how to play those characters and play them well. So we will see what they're able to do here. Garden of Terror, game number 1, finals of ESL Community Cup number 4, the last Community Cup that we will see before the open. But it looks like their teams are in the game and is getting underway on the left side of the map. We have Dreamstate, Hakfu riding that Falstad. We've got Supra on the Arthas, Echo on the Rhaegar. Bottom lane we have the Mancho Show on Vala, Suki on Uther. And who do we have on the other side of the map, Chester?
Apparently I'm getting these initial placements wrong, so a little curious about that. On the flip side, though, Clairvoyant here on the red-hand side looking to take home some very dominant wins and see if they can put a finals under their belt. Echo on the Anubarak, Quibsy on the Tychus. Why is Quibsy not on Chen? Spanker on the Sergeant.
This is weird. I don't feel
Atlanta on the Chen. Those guys lied to me. They actually lied. And Protege is the support. He is going to be on that bright wing. So, you know, picking up that bright wing, it's going to be guaranteed that bribe. Bribe on both sides. You got the healing ward.
Look at the talents. That's what they both got. Bribe.
Yeah, it's probably going to be, again, multi-shot Vala. It's been multi-shot Vala all day today. You see the Conjurer's Pursuit on the Uther. And, you know, Chen with the Deadly Strike means that Flying Kick's going to hit harder, and then it's going to root, and then it's going to combo strike. And it's going to be a pain to deal with. But Spanker has not learned from that first game. But still, ooh, Arthas died. Where did Arthas die?
Looks like they got Arthas Super getting a little too aggressive there in the mid lane. Quibsy, Atlanta, and Echo taking him out very quickly. Mancho shows here, though. Needs to be careful. Hakfu throwing in a hammer, trying to get something there. Suki throwing down a stun here on top of Echo. Echo's going to use the burrow to get himself out of there very quickly, keep himself alive. And it's here as well, taking a few shots, but he'll live. So nothing too drastic here for Clairvoyant, but they're able to grab that first kill in mid lane. So Spanker, though, by himself right now in bottom lane. Atlanta just hovering there to start a support.
Might actually have to restart Skype call after this because we're kind of going every now and then. Just as a note.
Oh no.
Yeah, the roaming CC comps from both sides actually does yield a kill for Clairvoyant, not for the Dreamstate. And Spanker by yourself, it's a little bit of a weaker lane because you do have that roaming option there from the Uther. But Uther, Mancho Show, and Hakfu is going to find Atlanta and Echo. Here comes Spanker there from the back. That's a great siege mode in the back. Is landing some big damage. And Atlanta is not going down. That he's able to chug his way to a kill. But they do actually trade it out. Echo now on the wrong side of that one. Hakfu, unfortunately, is going to get stunned out. Quibsy with the overkill, looking for it out on top of Suki. Spanker's actually going to Zed up forward, but Quibsy did drop to the burst. Hakfu is going to trade out there with the Anubarak. So kills going both ways here, Terry.
Uh-oh, Spanker needs to be careful. He's caught out in that middle area, and down he will go. That's 3 for, I believe, 1. Or maybe have been 0 in that entire fight, actually, the whole time, going to Dreamstate. So they actually end up doing a really good job there. Super coming up in the back to get that final kill as well. So they're doing a really good job right now, holding down Clairvoyant in this. But looks like top lane, we see Clairvoyant going in on top of the Shambler, 35-25 in terms of seeds. Atlanta down here, looks like he's going to be making his way up towards mid lane. Supra and Hakfu just kind of holding down the fort there in mid as Suki makes his way towards that goal, towards the Shambler.
Yeah, seeds. Getting those early kills was actually really good here for Dreamstate, but they are not capitalizing on top of these seeds. In fact, that's not going to be enough, I think, for a Shambler, and now a little bit more of an engage as Atlanta's going to be trying to get a way out of that one. Some really nice spikes coming out there from Echo, but Atlanta's in the back, and he doesn't have anybody to jump to. This early on, Panda Pals are not an option, so he's going to drop.
Absolutely, and it looks like Dreamstate taking a pretty commanding lead right now. They have almost a full level lead here over Clairvoyant. Looks like they're going to be making their way down here towards bottom. Probably going to try to get in on that Shambler. Spanker, though, already there with the siege mode, waiting to just get a few pot shots in there, but there's nothing really to follow that up with. So they're going to start going in on this. They'll probably be able to grab this. I don't know if Clairvoyant will actually try to make anything happen here. Looks like Spanker's going to get a stun on him, though, from Suki, taking a decent amount of damage from Hakfu. Going to force Moe Atlanta going in deep. Wants to get on top of them, though. Echo getting in there with the Burrow Charge, taking tons of damage. Gets frozen into the Howling Blast, and down he goes. Atlanta now by himself, just trying to chug away, and it's not going to be enough. He's going to go down. I feel like they're just throwing people left and right here into the chopping block that is Dreamstate, and it's not going too well for them right now.
2 Echoes. That's actually a good point. We do have 2 Echoes in this thing. Echo the Rhaegar and Echo the Anubarak. But that felt really weird from Clairvoyant because they had the seed advantage. They had 86 to the 30 or so.
Yeah.
And they did actually drop out some of those kills, but they didn't make a beeline down here. And then, as you saw, very, very late that they threw in Echo and they threw in Atlanta, trying to get some of those last remaining seeds. They picked up 1. They picked up 1 extra seed down there. Could have been a Shambler had they actually reacted a lot quicker. And Spanker, I mean, they knew they were down there. Spanker had that siege mode. He was landing some of those pot shots, but it's a little unfortunate for Clairvoyant that it's not going to be a Shambler for them, but it will be guaranteed for both teams when it does resume night. Quibsy a little bit low there in the mid, but Spanker, again, left to his own devices down here. He's getting his lane pushed in, and this is not where you want to be as a siege tank. You want to be pushing your lane. You don't want to be on the defensive.
Yeah.
That's something that Clairvoyant, I think, is actually screwed up a little bit this early on, as Supra and Quibsy almost straight out mid.
Yeah, they need to be careful.
Oh, they will
lose the Quibsy. Down he goes. A lot of damage here. Looks like there's Siege Giants moving in towards mid lane as well in favor of Team Dreamstate. But I mean, yeah, this is not the way you want a Siege Tanks to be going this early in the game. It's just not able to get that damage in there that she needs to do. Just now making her way towards that mid, but it looks like the Brightwing's going to go down as well. They're throwing a lot of kills out here in the way of Dreamstate. Before, I think the only reason they jumped in on that, which was pretty much suicide, we knew from the beginning down at the bottom Shambler, was just to deny a full cap of a Terror, because that would have been a lot for them to deal with. I mean, they're hitting level 10 right now. They're about 2 levels above Clairvoyant right now. So, but they threw that out, and at what cost will that be for them? Because now there's a decent lead in front of them by Dreamstate. So this will be hard for Clairvoyant. They'll have to find a nice little opening here during the next night phase to try to make up some of this deficiency that they have.
Rhaegar's actually not going Bloodlust this round. He does have an okay setup for it, but ooh, Hakfu's actually going to get jumped. Really nice pickup there from Atlanta and crew, as the entire team of Clairvoyant looks like they're going to be trading out forts. They got the top fort pushing in here from Dreamstate. In fact, they're actually about to take it home. Definitely winning out that race, but the rest of Clairvoyant is down here. With this fort, they will hit 10, and with that kill on top of Hakfu, this means that, you know, there's going to be no callbacks whatsoever, because there's no point in trying to contest a 4v5 when you're down with the Hakfu. So instead, it's going to be, again, a bit more of a push top. They got the Giants in the back. They're going for that gate, and as I said, looking to trade out these forts. It's going to be the backing here from Clairvoyant, but they do have 10, and there is no Hakfu here. Even with that fly, he's going to take a few seconds to get here.
Absolutely. Looks like they're going to go drop back, try to push that back out. They do pick up the level 10, as you said, but it looks like most of Dreamstate is going to be just chilling here, waiting in the bushes here, waiting for the seeds that are going to be coming up, and very soon pick themselves up a plant terror. But I'm pretty sure both teams are going to be able to grab it. They're all just sitting, waiting. They realize they don't have enough room for everyone in this bush. This is not a bush for all the people. It's a bush for only 3 of them. They're going to turn around on top of those seeds, picking them up very quickly. Now both teams got that terror in the tank. They need to start picking up seeds and also keep an eye on the timer so they don't lose it. Top shop Shambler being attacked by Dreamstate. Bottom Shambler getting some hits in from Clairvoyant, and both teams just kind of racing to pick up as many seeds as they can.
Yeah, and as I said, it's going to be guaranteed Shambler going both ways. So they did trade out those forts. Those Giants actually in the bottom lane are still doing work on top of that gate. Whereas we don't have a gate into the top there for Clairvoyant. But still, seeds do go down at both sides. It's an ancestral hewing from the Rhaegar. As I said, it's not going to be a Bloodlust combo. The Bloodlust with an Arthas, keeping everyone slowed, and then on top of that, the Vala and the Falstad does work. But I guess they said that they needed the hewing, which I find a little strange because they also have an Uther on the team. Flip side, though, Proteges went Emerald wins. We don't have that heal first. Very dicey, I feel. Especially since they are down just to the Brightwing for the heals, but they're gonna try to play it out passive and long, I suppose.
I guess that their goal here is then having that is to try to maybe pick someone out, use the Emerald Wind to separate the rest of the team. But it looks like Echo's gonna get in there on a burrow top of Suki, trying to do as much damage as he can. There is the Locust out there doing as much as they can. It looks like Quibsy dropping inside of the Odin, but it'd be taking in some shots on top of Supra there to get hit by the plant, though, so it was out for a second. Looks like Supra probably gonna go down here. Down he goes. Echo sitting inside of that terror. Taking a lot of damage here, though, from the rest of Clairvoyant. Clairvoyant's terror now out. Echo very low. Atlanta, though, getting really aggressive there. There's the Panda Pals. He's going to stay aggressive. He doesn't care. He's got 3 buddies, but it looks like they're going to turn around on this. Atlanta now very low and by himself. He needs to use the jump to get himself away from that, but they're going to make up the deficiency that they had in that one fight. They're now 13-13. They are actually ahead of Dreamstate, so they're doing a good job of making up the ground that they lost.
There was a lot invested in trying to kill out that Spanker earlier on, and they didn't actually kind of get anything for it. Spanker, living through that whole thing, does come out extremely healthy, was able to siege mode down that fort during all those engages. Atlanta, again, putting up some amazing pressure with that, Chen. It was really keeping the back line there of Dreamstate in the back. And in fact, they didn't even take home a kill. As you said, Clairvoyant made up quite a bit there. In fact, puts them on par for their experience, and they are now a fort ahead as well. Level 13 for both teams. You can see the Mercs now coming out, and there's the talents. A lot of Relentlesses coming out.
Yeah, Relentless is everywhere. They know there's going to be a lot of stuns coming out here from, I mean,
it's not unexpected.
Really isn't. Yeah, I mean, it's not unexpected. That's obvious. That's obvious choice for these heroes there. The Chen, no doubt, going to be picking it up there. Quipsy picking it up as well, wants it. But, you know, they're going to be moving forward. They don't want that Uther. That Uther stun could be incredibly detrimental for them, so they'll be able to keep themselves up here. It looks like top lane, though, they're going to be starting to push in that fort, doing a lot of damage here for it. And top, looks like bottom here, Protege is trying to defend as best he can. That bottom fort going to probably go to the Dreamstate. Top is going to go to Clairvoyant. They're going to continue to push forward here. Both teams just kind of pushing in parallel lanes right now. So.
And we saw this earlier on as well. The difference, however, is we still have 2 knights for the push for Dead State, but they're deciding not to do it. They're actually going to back out, and this is a very, very big parallel to what we saw a little bit earlier as well. Those top gates are now down for both sides, and we do have a lot of pressure now pushing in. Supra is actually going to jump into here, but gets chunked down immediately. The Shakana is going to land some decent damage, but wasn't really the end-all. Supra in the side does actually get healed up. Suki not looking so hot, but neither is Atlanta. You can't keep down the Panda. There goes the Rhaegar. Does get body blocked out, and 1, 2, 3. It's a turkey quadra even, as we're now looking for the kill on top of Hawk Fu in the end of it all. But still, Clairvoyant, very dominant in the last team fight. They hit 16 off of that. They don't lose anyone on this push. They're going to take home this keep. Maybe even going to get lucky with Hawk Fu, because he's getting super close.
He's like, come at me, boys. I got some nice cooked chicken here. Oh, there it is. The chicken is cooked.
Yeah, all you need to do is have anybody engage, and Quickly can clean it up. Hawk Fu looked for the trade out with Atlanta and Proteges, didn't get it, and now seeds are up, and we got no presence for Dreamstate on the board.
Absolutely. They're actually just getting turned around very well by Clairvoyant. They're doing a great job to pick up the ground that they needed. Protege is picking up the Emerald Win, noticing that in the last fight there. They're kind of using it to, once there's an engage, they're kind of using it to stop the engage that's already been happening. So they're getting a lot of the ultis to be blown by Dreamstate, and then they're going to turn around and engage right on top of it with their own ultimates. So they're actually doing a really good job using that Emerald Win pretty efficiently, not having the blink kill picked up here. But it looks like they're going to be going in on top, picking up a lot of seeds here. That top golem, the top Shambler probably going to go down. Bottom Shambler going to go to Dreamstate potentially, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, they're doing a really good job to get themselves back into this fight.
Shambler on Shambler action coming your way, courtesy of ESL NA. Okay, there we go. Brightwing was really sitting on that level 16 town. I was expecting to see Harden, but they actually going to take Critterize. So Critterize, if Chen jumps someone with a Critterize, and you have, just anybody nearby, Tychus or Spanker, it's going to absolutely melt, because not only does the Chen do massive damage with that kick now, on top of that, you add anybody else, Super, you just get absolutely chunked out. It's going to hurt. And again, big frontliners like Arthas and Uther are going to absolutely melt under that kind of vulnerability damage. Atlanta and Echo are going to be in your Shambler. Spanker's in the back, though, and again, you can see the Siege Tank is a big target for that zombie curse, because you can't move, and it will actually negate the siege mode. So you're going to expect to see a lot of people trying to kill off Spanker, but 20 seconds in the bank here for Arthas. They might lose this keep.
Yeah, I get the feeling Echo looking stronger than Atlanta, though, right now. Going to be able to do damage, but they're going to lose that keep pretty Pretty assuredly, I think there's another pot going down. They're going to try to defend this best they can. Echo jumping in there in the back, trying to hit Quibsy. There, Atlanta out of the Terror, but he still has those Panda Pals. I believe they are up. Looks like Echo going to be burning forward on top of Mancho. They're going to lose the Rhaegar. Suki in the front takes tons of damage. Down goes Vala as well. They're going to just lose so many people here, and I think this might be game Supra trying to push back against this Haku now. Again, the only one alive. The Dwarf and his chicken trying to keep them away as much as he can, but I don't think it's going to be possible, and I think this is game here, Jester.
Yeah, we had a Shotgunaut earlier, but he got stunned out. That was massive here for Clairvoyant. But again, they do not lose anyone out. They get themselves the quadra kill, 15-9 as the total score at the end of it all. And as you said, that was going to be the death push ready to go. Red team victory. Clairvoyant put a point on the board despite being down a little bit earlier in that early game. They come back extremely well. And again, Chen, Anuba, Rack. If there's anything to take away from these guys, do not let teams get those combos.
Yeah, absolutely. Those combos are just going to not pan out for you in the slightest if you're allowing them to get through, allowing these teams that... I mean, that's, again, the difference between picking general picks for the bands that you know are going to be strong or picking counter to the team that you're playing against, knowing their strengths, their weaknesses. The Chen would have been an obvious choice potentially, too. The Tychus even, or the Anubarak. We've seen that, too. The Sergeant Hammer coming out a lot, though, today. Like seeing it. It was awesome. It's been working to great effect. So we will see more of this coming our way. But, Jester, that is game number 1 of this finals of the ESL Community Cup number 4. I am Xander the Gamer. This is Shane Gucher, or we will be... this is FourCourtJester. I'm sorry. I was talking to Shane in chat. No, this is FourCourtJester. Shane's not here. I'm sorry. That was the big mistake. You are FourCourtJester.
Thank you.
And I am Xander the Gamer. We will be right back.